See here. So, all right, I think we're starting. So I have a few fans, friends on the line here, and I've been talking with them for the past couple of minutes here, and I figured it'd be a great opportunity to start talking a little bit about autism on the channel because my son is autistic and mute autistic, and that's basically what the channel was made about. So we might as well start talking a little bit about autism. Hopefully, we have some parents and friends and family that are out there that also are dealing with the situation that might want to join in. But hey, what's up, guys? Hey, so everybody can introduce themselves if they like. Okay. So you said he's high functioning autistic or Asperger's.
Hi, my name is Joe, and my son has autism.
Let me just make sure I'm live here. Ay, ay, ay. So,
Albert knows what we were talking about before. The main thing is bringing your autistic kids in public and how adults treat them. Adults tend to stare at them, pull their kids away from them, like they have some kind of weird disease. They will yell at you, or they will make faces at you and ask what's wrong with your kid. It's too much. And adults seem to be more bullies against kids in public than anybody else.
right. I think that it's kind of crazy that they treat kids with autism or different disabilities uh, different than other kids. So, and it's
They're the plague. They will grab their children from them like, God, you're going to get autism if you're with this child, and they don't even give it a minute to come up to you and say, hi, I noticed there's something up with your kid. What is it like?
right.
Or like Michelle was just talking about the Walmart situation. Michelle, tell us about the Walmart situation.
Michelle,
Michelle, are you there? I don't know if Michelle's there.
Okay.
But Michelle was saying how her son is taking off in Walmart, and other adults were just grilling her and giving her dirty looks and talking crap to her. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Right.
I know that this is a situation I had. This happened 2 summers ago in Minnesota. I went to take my kids to a little grocery store in this small little town. I have my son in the shopping cart, and he likes carpets at this work here. This cashier came and lifted my son out of the shopping cart, put him on the floor, and said she needed a cart. But there was like 60 carts already there. And that's the one time in my life that I've ever had to control myself and not cuss and not do anything. But in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, what is wrong with me?
Right.
Because he likes his carpets, or they wander. I wish people talked about it more. It's dangerous. There's been kids that have died from wandering.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people out here go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say there's a kit. It's from Autism. I think it's from Autism Speaks or another autistic website. I forget what it's called, but it's called the Big Red Safety Box, and it comes with a few things like tips and tricks. In this box, you can get it for free, or you can actually donate a little bit to the organization, and it comes with like a door alarms, so you can put on your doors. So when you're sleeping at night, you know what I'm saying, those ones that chime and have an alarm on it. Or there's other things like let's see here. There's other things like in there where they have like these tags that you can put on your child's shoe. So in case he does wander, it has like a little identification tag on there.
Great idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing with the alarm is great and everything, and I can't speak for other parents, but I can't possibly be the only one that experiences. These children are so intelligent that I've had a DT alarm system, I've had Comcast alarm system, I've gone to the on TV store and bought the chimes for the doors and the windows. My son is so intelligent that he will sneak off and bust the alarm because he knows that that window chime is telling on him and still take off out the window.
Right.
And it becomes dangerous for my other kids because now I got bars on my window. But if God forbid my house burns down, we're stuck in here. It's like a catch-22.
Absolutely.
And you know, they don't take off because they're like other kids, normal kids. Normal kids take off because they're acting out. These kids have quirks. So in their minds, they're going to get what they want. You know, a lot of adults are like, why don't you spank them? Why don't you punish them? They're not the same. They really don't understand what they're doing. Where my 13-year-old would intentionally do something to take off, Milo don't know that.
Yeah.
And it gets you know it gets a little bit frustrating being a parent because you're thinking, man, I'm a human being. This is frustrating me, but what do you do?
Yeah, like me and Nicole, my wife, we don't usually go out too much anymore just because, there's a lot of stairs, a lot of, people just I don't know, like you have to, with your kid with autism and stuff like that, you have different coping mechanisms, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you let them do different
Yeah.
things that normal parents wouldn't let their kids do. And they kind of look at you strange because of it. Um, I actually have this thing on my wrist. I actually have it on every video actually. It's called, and it came in the big red box. It says safety alert. So you can actually get this for your kid. It's just a little armband thing, and it says safety alert, and then autism aware, autism, or I have autism. It's a
You
big,
know what would be a good idea too is because you don't know what's going to happen to you. God forbid you ever get a car accident or something, but it'd be great if they could make a bracelet for the parent to wear stating, if something happens to me, my ice contact is this, but the child that's with me has this type of illness. Because God forbid if I get into a car accident today and I'm unconscious and they have to treat my son, they have to treat him differently because of the autism. They can't be rushing him in an ambulance with lights and sirens because it's too much for them. That would be a great thing to almost implement or invent.
yeah. There's actually in that big red box. There's actually that I was telling you about that you can get. You should actually order this, Tasha. It's a really nice box, well put together or whatever, and it's free, like I said, if you want. Um, and they actually have this thing in the box. It's like a sticker that you put on your car, and it has like a warning for police. Actually, like if they stop you, it says, "Warning: My child has autism and will not respond or might not respond to commands in a normal way."
Oh, wow.
I mean, because you can imagine, like, let's say a cop stops you. You know what I'm saying? He's already, cops. They're already on high alert when they stop you, and your kid
Yeah.
might have an outburst or do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they might end up
Start
getting,
freaking out.
yeah, start freaking out, and the cops might just start freaking out too, and you know what I'm saying? They might get hurt because of it.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if when they go to the police academy, if they train them for those kinds of situations. That'd be a good thing to look into because, my son has seizures too. He has a rare seizure disorder called infantile spasm. It's also known by West syndrome. And he cannot be around flashing lights. He can be around sirens. He'll drop into a seizure. So me being his mother, if you're a police officer and you pull me over and my kid's in the back seat freaking out because of the autism and going into a seizure, I'm sorry, but my license and registration is going to have to wait.
Yeah. You're
and
right.
that's going to cause conflict.
Yeah, I would imagine that, you know what I'm saying, you would have to let the cop know as soon as possible and to possibly tone down the lights, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he can turn off, I don't think he should have to turn off every light, but at least the ones that are really, really,
On the
obnoxious.
top,
Right, right.
especially at nighttime because it shows up brighter than during the day.
Oh my God, yeah, they're so bright.
Or I think people don't realize not just that type of scenario, as far as going out in public. When normal people hear us talking about, well, we can't take our kids out in public, I'm sure you're going to get comments like, oh, that you shouldn't say that, that's bull crap. But I think you should emphasize more on why we can't take them out in public. Not because we're embarrassed of them whatsoever, but it's because if you had, say you had a dog with 2 legs and it had the ugliest face in the world. To you, it's the prettiest dog you've ever seen. But are you going to take it to the park to play with the other dogs? No, because everybody's going to come up to it, ask what's wrong with it, and it's going to lower its self-esteem. That might not be a great analogy, but it's kind of like that. Our kids are beautiful and we're used to them. We've adapted, but unfortunately, I don't think society ever will. So we're taking these kids out into the lion's den as a mouse and expecting it not to get eaten.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Um,
at home, you know what I'm saying? At home it's easy because, at home I have everything here I need. I know where everything's at. You know what I'm saying? I have all his tech stuff that he loves. So it's easy to just, it's easy to calm him down over here. And plus I don't have to deal with anybody staring at me, you know what I'm saying? But out in public, it's a lot worse because, he might freak out, he might do his, he might have a meltdown or whatever. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And other parents or other people might not understand what it is. And you know what I'm saying? So really
And do
bad.
you find yourself like I do? I find myself nonstop saying, I'm sorry, he's got autism. It's like a part of my vocabulary now. It's as much as introducing myself. It's just so normal. I did notice though that kids are more understanding. Like you can have your child around another normal kid, and they will just be so fascinated. They'll be nice. They're open and accepting. So I just wonder, what point in life do we get to age-wise where we go from the understanding kid to the ignorant adult that's staring?
Right. So yeah, guys, there's some people in the chat, so I'm gonna talk to them real quick. Thank you guys that are in the chat right now. I know this is not about tech. This is about autism. As you all know, that little John has mute autism, so he can't speak. He wears a diaper. He acts kind of strange or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? I just figured, I would really love to share this with a lot of people because a lot of people don't understand. I know you guys might understand, but I want to share it with the world. And I'm speaking to Tasha Farrow right now. She's a mom with an autistic child. Her child has Asperger's, which is not as bad, but then again, it is kind of bad because like he's highly functioning, but he's really smart and he has autism, so it's kind of, what I'm saying, for me, little John, he's smart, but he's not, what I'm saying, I can kind of keep things away from him, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, where my son has the knowledge to go and get it and to feed himself.
Right, right. Like with little John,
It's just one thing for people that are watching our videos. If you're an adult and you're out public and you see a child throwing a fit and you see a parent already struggling, do the rest of us parents a favor. Go up to the person and say, can I help you? Is there anything I can do to calm your child down? Don't automatically assume that we're carrying spoiled brats out in public. That would help us a lot. It's true.
Yes. One of the viewers and a good friend of mine, Brown Bear Reacts, he actually worked with adults with autism a lot, actually. So he, I've talked to him in quite lengths about it too. It's pretty cool.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this is gonna be like at least a weekly segment where I come on here and we just talk about autism or whatever, autism awareness, because the more awareness there is, it's like it's better, you know. Um,
Yes, it is.
and especially if you guys, if you ever run into a child, um, if you ever run into a child that you believe has autism and is by themselves, please contact some type of authorities. Don't just let them walk off. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
God.
Yeah, there was a situation actually, and I don't really want to speak about the situation too much, but it was in my city, and there was a young child. He got out. He got out through the screen door. His dad was taking a shower. His mom was at work, and he got out, and they ended up seeing they a Pizza Hut driver ended up seeing him at 7-Eleven, right? He had one of his shoes was missing, and he didn't speak properly. Like the guy said he couldn't speak or whatever, or I don't know, he didn't speak to him, and he let him just and the Pizza Hut driver just drove away, and then an hour later they found him dead in the marsh. He had drowned.
Oh, that.
So if the Pizza Hut driver, I'm not saying that I fully blame him, but you know what I'm saying, because he didn't know. But if the Pizza Hut driver would have just said, hey, this seems a little weird. There's a kid, he's not speaking, he has one shoe off, he looks like he doesn't know where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Would have just stopped him or just called the police right away. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna blame you because you call cops on a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's just for
Oh, we
safety.
encourage you to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd rather.
But you know what?
I'd rather get embarrassed for a little bit, you know what I'm saying, for me having my child, out or whatever, than losing my child forever. You know what I'm saying? I'll take the embarrassment. It's fine.
I was telling you guys a little bit ago, Milo, he likes carpets. And I was telling Michelle a couple summers, last summer, we were driving like a normal day. This child seen a carpet on a porch off a main road. As soon as we pulled up out of my house, he was gone. He was gone. I tried to hop in the gate. He was gone for 20 minutes, but I thanked the man who did it for me. The man who found him took him, held his hand, called the police, and did not let my baby wander. He actually held my baby there and waited for the police to come. And I am forever grateful to him, because the road that I lived off of, he would have been dead. And it's adults like that did the right thing, because without that man, my son probably would have been killed. And I know I know you adults out here are like, I don't want to be around a kid. I don't want to get killed for kidnapping. You don't even got to grab the kid. Just call the police and say there's a child out here by himself.
Right. I mean, and you're gonna know, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna know that there's something up with them. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to them and say, where's your parents at? Where do you live? What's your phone number? And if they don't respond to you, they seem like they can't respond, then there's something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you take action. You know what I'm saying? If the kid's like, oh yeah, my mom's over there, if my kid is just like, oh yeah, my mom's doing laundry down the street, I'm okay, thanks for asking or whatever, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Move on.
But you can tell when there's something off.
Tasha, you got a lot of background noise.
That's not coming on my end.
Oh. Tony, are you here?
I think that might be Michelle and Tony.
Oh. Let me check.
I'm in dead silence.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. All right, there we go. So Tony, what's up, dude? Give us a little insight about your kid.
There's plenty, there's plenty of things to be said about the subject. We have struggled so many years with this. In some ways, my own mom doesn't even understand. She'll blame us for certain things, like
Yep.
we should be working with them more, and we should be doing this or we should be doing that. It's just there's only so much that just a regular ordinary person that knows even how to do.
So tell us a little bit about your son.
Well, he's obviously autistic. He just kind of he'll like run around in stores and basically,
Exactly.
and you have to have something for him to do pretty much all the time. And whenever you go out to the store.
How would you say your life has changed since you had your child with this disorder? Sorry.
It's changed a lot. Trying to think of a specific example. But not really having children before Joshua. It's changed dramatically.
It's funny. It's funny, guys, that our children pretty much look normal, like on the outside. So it's kind of a blessing.
Exactly.
It's kind of a blessing and a curse because usually autistic children, I don't know why, but they tend to look like really cute and beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when other parents or other people look at them, they don't really see anything wrong with them physically. So
yeah, that's true because some people just a lot of people doesn't understand because they look normal and people will talk to them and they don't say anything and it really is.
See, I'm a little different than you. I had a child before me, so I kind of had some experience. But then when I had Milo, my other kids don't mean to, but there's so much they don't want to do. My 13-year-old is becoming a teenager, and he's like, I don't want to go in public with him. He embarrasses me. And I can't hold it against him. There's just everything we cannot do. Most people can pack their kids up and say, it's summertime. Who wants to go camping? Who wants to go to the water park? And I almost feel guilty because I can't do this with my kids. So now, not only is my autistic baby not allowed to do nothing, but now my other kids can't have a normal childhood either. Because it's always working around me. And sometimes I feel like they have some resentment over it, but they just don't tell me. It gets crazy, and you brought up a good point. They look still normal on the outside, but I actually admire them because, you and I, if we're arguing, we're never going to forget that. These kids have no sense of time. They don't hold a grudge. They are the most loving human beings you could ever meet in your life. Every day is a new day to them. And to me, that's pretty damn awesome.
yeah, they don't seem to be like, I don't know, like my son, he'll just wake up and you know what I'm saying, he'll be just just as normal as the day before. Then doesn't matter what happened the last day because he doesn't really have that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can tell my other kids next Wednesday we'll go do something, right? And if next Wednesday comes and I don't have the money or I forget to do it, they're mad at me. Milo just next Wednesday never comes. The best way to describe it is the movie Groundhog's Day. He's always going through the same day. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. And I think if adults that were normal learned off these kids one thing, that would be it. That these children are unconditional. You can be that stranger in the store staring at them, grabbing your kids away from them, and they still love you because they don't know any better. They don't know the evils of the world. They don't know stress. It's amazing to me.
Right.
These kids will make you change as a person. I think being the parent of an autistic child, they make you change into a better person.
Yeah, we'll be walking down the aisle at the store, and Joshua he'll just walk along saying hi to people. He just doesn't know any better. I mean, maybe we should all learn a lesson.
Why are you echoing?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, they amaze me. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, it's hard sometimes, and yeah, my life has to be different. But I'm telling you this, I would never go back and change nothing. There's no way.
Yeah.
If God came to me and said, 11 years ago, your baby's about to have autism, your whole life's about to change, do you want this? Without a doubt, I would tell him, yes, I do. Yes, I want this experience in life. You know, before I had my son, I'm not going to lie, I used to be one of those ignorant people. I would see somebody in public that was different, and I wasn't staring at them because I was afraid of them. I just didn't understand them. And now that I have to live like this, it changed me. It made me realize that how I made that person feel, even though it wasn't intentional. It's like I got the opportunity in life to live both lives. And I wouldn't change this for nothing.
No, I wouldn't either. Things have been, challenging at times, but I wouldn't change a thing about Joshua.
No, because they are unique in their own. Their hearts make up to it. If you don't have an autistic kid, go out and get one and love it. Learn from them. Because God made those kinds of kids for a reason, you know, for us to learn unconditional love.
So yeah, I know, and I'm doing this kind of early. I know I'm doing this kind of early, guys. So we don't have that many. We have like 4 or 5 viewers. Let's see. So Brown Bear Reacts says people with autism look normal without sounding like a dick. It's Down syndrome. That's obvious.
Yeah. But see, kids with Down syndrome don't look like everybody else, but they act like everybody else. That's the difference. Is a child with Down syndrome that I'm aware of, I'll have to look into this, don't have any mental delays. Where an autistic child looks pretty normal, but yet they have these mental delays. You know, and I don't appreciate people consider them mentally challenged. To be quite honest with you, these kids are smarter than we could ever be. Ever. You know, the one thing I admire is their sense of logic. I've seen an autistic man before. He used to take apart lawnmowers. He'd lay every single part out in front of him, look at it for 5 minutes, and put it right back together like that. No instructions, no nothing. They've got this weird thing in their mind where they see things different than we do, and they can remember. I mean, it's amazing. I'll watch my son. If you go on my Facebook, John, I'll send you guys a picture in chat. Milo makes designs out of carpets. And one day I had just bought him a bathroom carpet, and he figured out if you pull the rubber off the back of it, that the yarn will come out. And I was like, why are you doing this to your carpets? I'm tired of this. I felt so bad the next day because I looked at it, and he made the most beautiful design I've ever seen in my life out of nothing. He didn't have a paper to look at to copy the design. He's seen this design somewhere, remembered it, and acted it out. It's amazing. I framed that carpet.
So everybody in the chat, actually, I have a new flavor of vape right now. Well, I have a couple flavors of vape, but right now I'm vaping King's Gold, which is actually Twinkie. So that's why I'm vaping a lot right now. I'm really excited about my new flavor. It's Twinkie, dude. So awesome. I feel like a fat kid, but I'm not actually getting any calories off of this. So I'm getting to taste Twinkies every day.
Look into the 12 zodiacs. I'll get the can real quick. I'll tell you exactly what it's called. It's you got to spell out the word 12.
Yeah.
Zodiacs, and right now, if you buy Taurus, it tastes like coffee. What is this bottle? I gotta see how many ounces. It's a good sized bottle. It lasts about a month.
12. You said 12 zodiacs. Okay, 12 zodiac e-juices. Okay. The
It's
site
3
that I go,
milligrams.
the site that I go is pretty cheap actually. It's called Swag Sauce. So I've been enjoying it a lot. It's down for maintenance. It says
Oh, and the thing I like about 12 zodiacs is the cans are, man, these are awesome. They're not cheap. They're made out of some type of tin. But they're very sturdy, very stable, and the artwork on it is absolutely beautiful. Just check it out. And I keep the cans, and then I got like shelves on my wall, and I did like a design where I put the cans up with where I put my astrology stuff. And I'm telling you, they don't taste too much. It's really good. I'm telling you, I would be a sales promoter for those people.
Yeah. Well, you gotta try this. You gotta try the Swag Sauce too sometime. It's really good. It's actually.
I'm gonna go over to the website.
It's not expensive at all. It's AZ Swag Sauce. Like Arizona, they're located in Arizona. So.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna look into it.
Yep. They got a lot of cool flavors. They do a lot of good designs as well.
I'm about to hurry up and show you the carpet that's on real quick, okay? Not really much. It's just
hey, we can go ahead and end it because there's not that many people here watching right now. It's early in the morning. It's early, so people don't usually watch. So we can just go ahead and end it right now. I don't want it to drag on. So if this.
How much expensive, make a T-shirt or something like autism T-shirt.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a couple of autistic or autism shirts, possibly to sell on my little store. I have a store where I sell shirts and mugs and all that stuff. So maybe I'll do something like that in the future. But.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hang up and just call me back in a couple minutes when you guys are off your video thing, and I'm just glad to be able to help you with it.
All right.
And thank you for having us.
Yeah. So I've been on with Tony B, Michelle, and Tasha Farrell. Or Pharrell, however you want to say it.
Farrell.
Come on, man, you got to add a little bit of swag to it. Pharrell. So, and I'm. All
right, I will talk to you guys later. Okay.
All right, sweetheart.
All right, bye.
Bye, everybody.